Alright.
Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all honor, praise, and glory to
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Kakwadash.
double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect, pushing this true doctrine across the four winds of the earth in all truth and in sincerity. We're the Mississippi Count, once again, coming out on the highways and byways to let you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know that you're the Most High's chosen people, man. And within the nation of Israel, there are 12,000 men from each tribe that the Lord has reserved to do his bidding, to do his work, man. You know what I'm saying? And that would be the elect. And what those men will be doing is prophesying the return of Yahushua, prophesying the things that's going to be taking place on the earth in the times to come. You know what I'm saying? And prophesying the downfall of America, man. And so the Lord said before the fall of every great kingdom, he sent forth his prophets, man. And throughout the four winds of the earth, you see men being risen up through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, man, preaching this gospel. You know, going through the holy scriptures, preaching the truth, man, not adding and taking away, not preaching certain things and making it upon our vain opinions. No, man, we're doing the 100% work of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, which equals out to the 100% truth, man, starting from the teachings of our apostles and elders on down. So if you have any knowledge or you're paying attention, man, you will understand that the men you see out on the highways and byways preaching this gospel, going out through the internet, you know what I'm saying, doing sit-downs, videos. Hey, these men are doing something that the Lord said will be done in the latter end, man. And that's prophesying, man. You know what I'm saying, things to come. Earthquakes in diverse places, man. Uprising of the people, you know, all type of wickedness that's going to be taking place during the latter end, man. And you don't have just everybody doing this, man. It's particular men that the Lord has put the spirit on to be able to do these things, man. You know what I'm saying? To be able to break these things down, these things that are occurring through the earth from the Holy Scriptures, man. You know, it takes a particular man who has a particular spirit on him to do this, man. You're not going to find these men who's doing this work, man, just, you know, speaking lies or just participating in the things of this world, man, because the Lord has separated us from the ways of this world, man. You know, we are not participating in these celebrations of these false holidays, so these so-called holidays, man, these pagan holidays, when it comes to like Christmas, Thanksgiving, you know, these particular activities, man, participating and committing adultery, you know, just all matters of wickedness, man. You know, the Lord has separated us from this, and those men the Lord will separate would be his elect.
And this is on Micah 6:9. The Lord Yahweh's voice cry unto the city, and the man of wisdom shall see thy name. Hear ye the rod and who have appointed.
Hey, and the Lord's voice cried through the city by way of his prophets, man. You know, the Lord is not, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is not going to come down here and talk to the people, man. He's not going to come down here and go to particular churches and preach on the street corner to the people who's walking by, whether they hear it for a bear. He have set up men for that purpose, man. And those men would be of the elect, man. The elect, the 144,000 men who were chosen from the foundation of the earth, man.
Right.
Yo, when I was on my way down here, man, I was listening to a video by the elder Yashawamba, and he was going into the elect. And as I'm listening to that video, a flatbed truck rolled by with a bunch of what's it called, them surge things that be on it? Anyway, they help execute, that's for electricity. All of them on the back of that truck had 144,000 on it, man. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, man.
All I could do was smile, man, because that was just like building up my spirit that, man, hey, the Lord dealing with brothers, man. Because the Lord gonna always show signs and wonders, man. And a lot of those signs and wonders, you know, is gonna build up the spirit of the elect, because those things are what we're prophesying about, man. And the Lord will put a stamp on it by showing you something like 144,000.
That's right.
You know, then right after that, I seen a tag on the back of the car said, blessed 7. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, in my opinion, that was just showing, saying 144,000 is the complete number of men that has been ordained to do this work, and that the Lord is going to deliver, man. Come on with it, bro.
And this Jeremiah 1 and 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee.
Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. So that right there has to be spirits that was created, man. Because this before you was formed in the belly. What else would you be besides a spirit, man? Some type of power, you know, that Yahweh Shem Yahushua has created, man.
And before thou came forth, it's like, and before thou came forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nation.
That's the first fruit, man. Before we was formed in the belly, before our mothers gave birth to us, hey, the Lord had already created spirits from the beginning that has been ordained to be his elect, man. So that's reincarnation, man, because we have come back over and over again. And at this point, hey, the Lord has sent forth back his prophets to do the work, man, amongst people who here to be judged. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the Lord had already knew who his men were going to be. He had ordained us from the beginning, man.
That's a cut to free will. You know?
Cut to free will,
You know,
come on,
Tazarian, he stated not too long ago how the Most High doesn't make a person to be programmed to be a homosexual.
Right.
Tazarian.
Tazarian, so like Tazarian from ISUPK.
Hey, can I back the brother up? And this is since he said that, Isaiah 45:7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord Yahweh, do all these things.
The Lord do everything. Go ahead, you got it, bro.
I was just saying, to be a homosexual is evil.
Yeah.
All right, but Yahweh Bashem Al-Shah created that guy or that woman to fulfill his will just so he can destroy that person.
Romans 1:28, he talking about he basically gave them over to the validation. Like he gave them over to that situation. So in all he don't give a fuck about him, really.
That's right.
So he gave them over to it just to destroy him.
Yeah, that's right.
This Isaiah 49:1. Listen, no eyes unto me, and hearken, you people from far. The Lord had called me from the womb, from the bowels of my mother, had he made mention of my name.
Read it one more time, bro.
Listen, O isles, unto me, and hearken, you people from far. The Lord had called me from the womb, from the bowels of my mother, had he made mention of my name.
So the Lord created us, man, through the Spirit before we was born, man. And he brought us through our mother's womb. And eventually, you were going to have the Spirit on us to do the work, man. So people were going to have to either listen or they're going to be destroyed when the prophets come forth, man.
Yeah, 'cause they're like Jonah. Like Jonah had the spirit to prophesy against Nineveh. And he couldn't, he tried to run away from it, but the Lord, the Lord got him, but he did it. But it was in him to prophesy against the venom.
And that concept started in the spirit world.
And that shows man's going is of the Lord because you can't fight what the Lord has already ordained for you to do.
Like LeBron James, Zion Williams, they got like tattoos on their backs and chosen one. It's their particular lot to be a basketball player in this society. Hey, this Jeremiah 29, I started verse 14. And I will be found of you, said the Lord, and I will turn away your captivity, and I will gather you from all the nations and from all the places whither I have driven you, said the Lord. And I will bring you again into the place whence I caused you to be carried away captive. Because you have said, the Lord has raised up prophets in Babylon. Good. Back and forth time, the prophets out there in ancient Babylon. So it says in Romans 15:4, whatsoever things are written 4 times before I learned it. So now in the new Babylon, you got the prophets out here prophesying the downfall of America. And it says, though that thus said the Lord of the King, that sit upon the throne of David, and of all the people that dwell in this city, and of your brethren that are not gone forth with you into captivity.
And this is Revelation 7:4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the sons of Israel.
That's right. And that's 12,000 from the so-called Negroes down to so-called Mexicans, man. You know what I'm saying? Judah all the way down to Issachar, man. You know, that's 144,000 men. Because the elect are men, you know what I'm saying? There's no women a part of the 144,000. There will be women within that large multitude, the 1/3. But when it comes to the Lord's men who's doing this work, that 144,000, that's the tabernacle of David, which is all men, man.
And that proves that what the brother is saying, that women can't do the will, because in order to do the will of Yahweh Shem Shah, you have to have testicles. All right, testimony goes into testify, which goes into testicles, man. All right, so women don't have that.
Don't qualify.
They don't qualify, man.
It's Proverbs 8:4. Unto you, O men, are called, and my voice is to the sons of men.
To you men are called. That's clear cut right there. You know, that's just clear cut. You ain't really got to go into that one, man. To ye men are called. To you ye men are called, man. It don't say to you ye men and some of you women or some women. It's men, man. And that's not to downplay a woman, because the Lord have particular things He are ordained for women to do. But when it comes to being a Lord's prophet, man, that's strictly for men.
Ezekiel 34:31. And ye my flock, the flock of my pastor are men, and I am your power, saith the Lord power.
That's it. It speaks for itself.
That's it.
You know? And what comes from out of those women who are out there call themselves teaching on the highways and the byways, asking random Jake, do you know who you are? Do you know what color the Lord is, man? The Most High not dealing with that, man. Right? The Most High's mouthpiece are Israelite men. Period.
The horn blew. The horn blew.
Oh, yep.
It's Revelation 21:3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and He will dwell with them, and they should be His people, and the Most High Himself should be with them and be their power.
I mean, these last three scriptures pretty much self-explanatory. It's constantly saying, it's repetitive. Men, the Lord's elect men of the 144,000, man. They are men. The Lord deal with men.
The Most High Himself, we say He's a man of war.
Right.
God.
His son the same way.
Yeah.
Same yesterday, same today.
Same tomorrow.
And, you know, and the disciples, they all men. All men. So it was not one woman around them. I mean, you know, they you know what I'm saying, serving them, but they went all in the, you know, so.
All in the video.
All in the video.
When they did the Passover, you know, for Yahweh Shai, those all men took partaking in that, man.
You can hear like some preachers, I know in a lot of movies, man, when they show like the Last Supper, especially I think it's Angels and Demons, they try to make one of the Lord's 12 disciples a woman. I think it said, Mary Magdalene, they tried to make her one of His disciples, man. You know what I'm saying? Even though that's the movie, but you still got some preachers who will push that same philosophy, man. That same doctrine, if you will.
One more. Psalm 1:1. Blessed is the man that walk not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stand in the way of sinners, nor sit in the seat of the scornful. Verse 2. But his delight is in the law of the Lord Yahweh, and in His law do he meditate day and night. Verse 3. And he shall be planted like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bring forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he do shall prosper.
All right. Hey, living waters going to this the scriptures, the understanding of it, man. You know, it goes into that breath of life, because you know, you think about in this setup, we was all pretty much drowned to the ways of this world. So Yahweh Shai Himself had to suck with us, resuscitate us through the Spirit, and we became those living souls again, man. Now we remembering ourselves, we being new creatures in Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? So those are living waters.
Right, and to prove your point, that bring forth his fruit in his season, and that's your process through teaching, man.
Right.
All right. His leaf also should not wither, and whatsoever he do shall prosper.
Right.
You know.
You know, leaf. You know, you think about like leaves, like some are green mostly. That goes into life, man. You continue flowing in the Spirit. You get that John 8 I's belly.
Hey, can I say this too, brother? You know, when Yahweh Shai say, you know, the disciples dropped their nets. He said, I'm gonna make you fisher of men. Because it's all about because you be fishing for men. We're not fishing for the women. We're fishing for men. The whole thing is about men. It's all it's about. So that new world order, women gonna think they gonna reign? No, the Lord new order is gonna be ran by men.
And like Elder Pastor always bring out, like you do have certain women in our nation, like they're special. They're part of the elect. Because you got a scripture that say it was a great company of women that weep for Yahweh Shai. So those same particular spirits here in today's time, you know. So we're not knocking them, but doing the work of Yahweh Shah there on the highways and byways, that belongs to the men of the nation of Israel.
Yeah, you have elect women.
Yeah.
You know, that's why the scripture says, bless the elect women. But at the same time frame, their role is to be an assistant or an aid of this ministry. All right? Yeah, which is an aid or assistant.
You know, and just the irony in that, if I may call it irony, you had women's liberation to liberate women from the household just to dominate in the nursing field.
Yeah.
Like you left the household just to go right back into your life as a nurse.
And that's what destroyed our nation, because when you break that term women liberation, women goes back to woman, which means servant, all right, and liberation means free the servant. And once you free the servant, what happens? Then our kingdom breaks down.
That's why. Hey, well, I'm gonna just bring this out right quick. Jeremiah 51:14. Yahweh of hosts has sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men, as with caterpillars.
Hey, he will fill us with men.
He was cursing out Babylon, saying, I will fill you with men. You know, because that's the army he's raising up. You know, we're the men that he's raising up.
And America's modern day Babylon.
Yeah, America's modern day Babylon.
And it's the same process. Nothing is new under the sun, man. Go ahead.
It says, surely I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars. They shall lift up a shout against thee.
And what's that shout? This truth. Okay, proclaiming that truth on the shores of America.
And if I could just say it, the Most High's glory. Yeah, it got me. The Most High's glory is Israelite men.
That's right.
You know, that's like my son. If you have a bunch of sons, you're like, these my sons. There's power in that. You know?
And this 1 Corinthians 4:9, for I think that the Most High set for us the apostles last, as it were appointed to death. You know, the apostles are men.
Yep. And because the foundation, the foundation of any nation is men. You know? And and that's how you know we're coming into the kingdom, man. Because the beginning of a kingdom is the rising of men. You know? And it said, filled with men is with caterpillars. You look it up, where a caterpillar goes back to a type of worm that basically consumes all the leaves on a tree. And the Most High set us up in the spirit to consume the stronghold of Babylon, to consume the doctrine of Babylon, man.
That's why you have this word called manpower.
Manpower, man. See, the reason why the spirit is bringing this out, because it's countering the philosophy of women empowerment, man.
Right.
Women being empowered, like the priest of Bayard just broke down, you freeing your servant, your kingdom is out of order.
Right.
If you liberate your servants, then your kingdom is out of order. But you put it back in order by putting the men back in first place, man.
Yeah.
That's why the scriptures reference give thy daughter no liberty.
Yep.
You know, and because the woman's supposed to be subject, the daughter's supposed to be subject to the rulership of the father. Anything outside of that is what you call free will, self-will.
And that's why the animal kingdom is in order. Why? Because you have the lions running the animal kingdom. You don't have hyenas or gazelles. You know what I'm saying? So the animal kingdom are in order.
And one thing that the scriptures tell us, our forefathers tell us how to rule. They tell us how to deal with our children. They tell us how to deal with our women. And they tell us how to deal with our actual servants.
Yeah.
And one thing women, children, and servants all have in common, according to the scriptures, if you leave them idle, then they're going to produce wickedness. Yeah. So, you know, if you free them, they're going to produce wickedness, man.
All right. 1 Corinthians 14:40. Let all things be done decently and in order.
Hey, you're going to find out that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, one of his characteristics is that he's strictly about order. The Most High is chiefly about order, man. You see it in the military. All right, the military is chiefly about order, but who's the first military? What's the Most High called? The Lord of Hosts. Well, host means army. Yep, you know. Yep.
Jump up to verse 33. It says, for the Most High is not the author of confusion.
And what's confusion? Liberating your servants. Esau the serpent told us, look, discipline your children was a form of abuse. Being over your woman was a form of toxic masculinity. All right? But they created disorder. You know?
For the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints.
Yep. And the Most High, and order creates peace, man. Order creates peace. Disorder creates chaos. And what we experience on every level in Babylon is disorder. That's why the word Babylon goes back to Babal, which means confusion. You go to any inner city, man. It's confusion in the traffic. It's confusion in the streets. Somebody else getting killed, and partly because there's no order on earth, man.
Right. But you have to think about these males that have actually been raised to be beta males.
Yep.
Right? Why? Because no father's around. So now that male learns how to react and handle civil matters like his mother or his auntie or his grandmother, man.
That's
why? Because there's no order in the house.
Testosterone and emotion doesn't go together. You know?
Which was systematically designed by Esau Edom, that serpent, man. Because you think about with the man out the household, you know, like you said, you're taking out the masculinity. So now these women are raising up these emotional boys into so-called manhood, but you got women as far as your leadership, as your role leader, man.
Hey, that's like driving drunk, going the wrong way down the one way, man. You gonna crash.
Every time.
This is Psalms 82 and 6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High.
Yep.
And basically, I brought it, you know,
You got it, bro.
I brought out, you know, the children go back to bun. It means sons. The sons are are gods. We are the brothers you see behind. We are the true gods.
Allah. God
Right.
goes to the Hebrew form of Allah,
Right.
which means a power, a ruler, a judge.
Right.
On plural, Allahayim.
And people get so bent out of shape about you bringing it out and saying that you are God, because they want to gasp for air, like it's just so unorthodox, like it's just so something too far-fetched. And what are you saying? But that's only because people don't believe in the men of the Bible. They don't look at you as an individual who has a very close connection with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. They really look at you as nothing, man.
Yeah.
But if you reference back to Genesis 6, it said that we were called sons of God.
Yeah.
And if you go into sons of God, it really it went back into basically sovereign judges. At that time, it was Israelites, basically Israelites who were they ruled over provinces, so to speak. So there was judging the world, man. You know, but we were called sons of God, man.
Yeah.
And I watched a video a couple years ago, Elder Barack Allah, LA. He was saying, I guess it's, you know, women talking off at the mouth, and he was like, he wanted to tell, like, do you know I created you? You know what I'm saying? You think about it through the spirit, he's part of the hopeful elect.
Yeah.
You know, he
What you
did.
did. Hey, we part of the elect. Hopeful elect, Lord will. Hell, we created Satan.
Yeah.
All right, because righteousness had to be created before wickedness. You know, that's how deep this thing is.
Well,
man.
the land back on what you're saying, you know, in the movie you have to have an antagonist.
Absolutely.
You have to have an antagonist. So they're gonna show you that we created the ultimate, the Most High. He's the director, but we manifested that through His order.
That's right.
That you have to create an antagonist in the world, man.
Because it would be imbalanced if you didn't.
It'll be imbalanced.
It'll be a one-sided film.
Yeah.
And anything with one-sided, one-directed motion, you will not, what you call, you're not animated
You're
by
not
it.
captivated
You're not
by it.
captivated by it.
There's no suspense. I'm
Yeah, you
sorry.
don't have no resistance.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And that's in the animal kingdom. You know, there's like a resistance, man.
Can I back your points up?
Yep.
And this is John 15:27. And ye also shall bear witness, because ye have been with me from the beginning.
Hey, and that reminds me of Proverbs 8 you brought out last night. Well, at first, before it was us, it was the Most High and His only begotten Son, Yahushua. Then Yahushua created His elect, and you can pretty much say that the elect, they were like the front men of creation.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. And what proves that when you go into the Hebrew word for God is Allahayim.
Yep.
You know, when you read Genesis, the first chapter, ye are God, ye are gods, and then when you jump back to Genesis, the first chapter, when you see that term God in the Hebrew, it's plural.
It
It's Allahayim.
It didn't go back to the Most High to the second chapter.
That's right. That's when he came on the scene.
Yep. And that goes, if you look up the word like create or creator, it goes back to original, innovate, possessor. But the reason I'm bringing those words out, because if you go into the history, the 12 tribes are known for being ingenuitive, creative. There's a reason why we invented most of the things in America or on the earth, period, because really, as a nation, hey, we are the creators. Well, we're God. God, if you're a God, it means you create. All right?
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
It's starting now. That's why the energy on earth now is giving men their due respect. Now it's all about respecting men. All right?
Even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir.
Because guess what? Women could talk about they could argue back and forth about they being more important or they're equal, but as of yet, they have not built their own society. If you were that superior, you would go get some land, domesticate the land, and build your own superior nation.
You gotta conquer other nation first.
You gotta conquer another nation first.
They the spoil. They the booty.
Yeah, you the possession can't possess shit.
They're the first outside of gold, silver, and goodly garments.
Yep.
Women are right up there as far as being taken.
Yep.
Hey, during the time of overtaking a nation of people, man, they're never the ones that are overtaking the nation.
Yeah.
They become prizes
Yep.
of the overtaking of those particular kingdoms.
Yep.
But, you know what I'm saying? But yet, you know, women stand toe to toe with men. You know, either physically or vocally. You know, day in and day out, man. But that's that hardiness of the daughters of Zion that the Heavenly Father's going to bring down low.
You got a Lamar there, piece of
Go
body.
ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 31, starting at verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies.
Yep.
The heart of her husband doeth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seek wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands.
Really, you know what's so heavy about it? You know, the Most High gave us land, like in our homeland, we had our own domains, our own estate. If you live in a rural area, you might have that too. You might got a few acres, a few horses, you know, you got your children and what. But really, your woman is like, she's supposed to help you expand your estate. And when it goes to the virtuous woman, that's really like a business woman. That's like your so-called Michelle, so to speak. You know?
Verse 14, she is like the merchant ship. She bringeth her food from afar. She rises also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens. She considereth the field, and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hands she planteth a vineyard. She girdeth her loins with strength, and strengthened her arms. She perceiveth that her merchandise is good.
Hey, this is the protocol of a woman, man. That's it.
And you know what's heavy? If women were really children of, if they're really God-fearing, all that access they have to Esau's money, they would bring that to your name. You know, if women were really on our side, all those accomplishments they have on this side, they would do that to add to your name.
Right.
She make $100K a year, that's your $100K a year.
But instead, what they're doing, they're trying to show the world that we don't need you, Israelite men. Instead of showing these other nations why, you know what I'm saying, why the Israelite man is more deserving of them and not them.
Right,
you know, they're competing against the man of the nation versus showing these other heathen nation women, you know.
This how you do it.
This how you do it.
And our nation is the only nation that women say that type of shit. We don't need a man. When you examine Moab, Ammon, Elam, you know, those women are subjected to their men, and they know that they need their men. Hell, I live with nothing but Elamites, and all they do, you know, every day you see them walking, those women are behind their men with their heads down.
And you know, we go to that restaurant, they go out to eat, the women be at this table, the men be at this table.
That's right.
Oh, Ishmael?
Yeah.
You know? Got it, bro.
Her candle goeth not out by night. She layeth her hand to the spindle, and her hand hold the staff. She stretcheth out her hand to the cord.
So homemaking. You know, you can look at it from the term woman. You know, a woman's role is to be an engineer of homemaking, child rearing.
That's a science.
Exactly, to know.
Then it said her candle go out, her candle goeth not out by night. That means when it's time to go to bed, she's still making moves for the household. But now you meet Israelite women, they still got their spirit on them, but it's for Esau. Like we were at the house we were renting, the brother from Memphis was renting down here, and the woman that ran it, she was like, I got this, I got that, I gotta go to this job, I gotta do this, I got this real estate. Really, she supposed to have that energy for her Israelite man. Right. Because when you get married, don't you get your man last name? Right. So that means everything you bringing in, you're really bringing in for him. Right. You know?
I say this for you, because when you get married to them, if they divorce, he should have your shit anyway.
She had to take half your shit.
So,
that's right.
That goes to show you a woman is a possession because she leaves off her father's last name and she becomes your last name, but not in this setting though. You know?
What's the curriculum they used to have in school for women?
Home economics.
Home economics. It's amazing how Esau took their out of this, school
Yeah.
system, man.
Yeah.
Chicks knew how to make cakes and bake and shit.
Yeah, cause we gotta take it, you know.
Nah, we ain't had to take that
we had
shit.
to
We had taken it at Jackson Public School.
By the time I carried middle school, it was out.
They had us in there baking and building pillows and bears and shit.
But it's a science to running your house.
It's so much.
Yeah, that was sewing. They told us how to sew.
Hey.
Hey, was your foot doing like this?
Hey, because economics go back to what? Economy.
That's right.
Which eco means house, the me goes back to management. So house management.
That's right.
So before you learn anything in Esau's world, every nation knows how to manage their house except the nigga woman, man.
That's right, man.
All right?
That's straight.
And she didn't master it. She's a straight. She mastered the art of being sexually enticing.
Right.
But them girls can't cook grits, man.
Hell no, can't boil water.
Nope.
Verse 21, she is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. She maketh herself covering of tapestry. Her clothing is silk and purple. Her husband is known in the gates. When he sitteth among the elders of the land, she maketh fine linen.
Because of his garment, because of his attire, you know, and she seasoned it, whether cold or hot. Okay, his attire is gonna be decked out, man.
Yeah.
And why? Because he has the time to do so.
And
He wasn't on the fucking internet, man, trying to find a degree or some shit.
Hey, man, you got women, and fast forward 3,000 years later, you got women you gotta make cook. You gotta fight her to cook. You know?
Yeah.
You gotta make them do a womanly chore, man.
Yeah.
You know? Like the brother said, the word straight. And Spirit willing, we'll get into that. All right?
And when they cook, they're going there making like some fucking hamburger helper
Yeah.
or some sausages, a hot dog, or some shit like this.
Right.
Because I see, I got some water last week. This chick, I know she had little EBT call shit. I know she got about 5 motherfucking little babies. She can have about 20 goddamn boxes of cereal. That's what she gonna feed them.
That's it.
That's exactly what she gonna do.
And you know what's crazy? When those women get the EBT card, and they got that big basket, $400 worth of groceries, look how she be looking. You know, all made up, messed up.
Yeah.
But it's a lot, bro. I'm just gonna let the Spirit speak.
And delivereth girdles unto the merchants. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. She opened her mouth with wisdom, and her tongue is the law of kindness.
That reminds me of Judith.
I think about it.
Yeah, because her husband was a dignitary in Israel before he died. And you know, it showed you that she had some type of rank because she had like an assistant. It showed you in the scripture she had her own
He
assistant.
did.
Yeah, and they still have that concept to this day. All right?
She looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. Her children arise up.
Eating out the bread of idleness. Now you got women, they sit on their phone all day. They're in their room in the house, on the phone all day, on social media all day, watching Netflix all day. That's eating the bread of idleness. Hey, going back to, because the brother broke down in the camp that the word diet really went back to a lifestyle. The word diet goes back to lifestyle, but it says she eateth not the bread of idleness. Showing you that idleness is a type of diet the Israelite women follow today. You know?
Last verse. Verse 28. Her children arise up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praises her.
Well, we're under the curses now. We'll get that in the kingdom.
Hey, because Bun made a point about being a possession. I guess he was actually basically said that they were actually women were spoils of war. So this is Deuteronomy 21 and verse 10. When thou goest forth to war against thy enemies, and the Lord Yahweh thy power have delivered them into thy hands, and thou hast taken them captive, and see among the captives a beautiful woman, and have a desire unto her, that thou would have her to thy wife, then thou shalt bring her home to thine house.
No, I said take her out on a date.
Then thou shalt bring her home to thine house.
Follow her on Instagram and like all the pictures.
Then thou shalt bring her home to thine house,
Uh-huh.
and she shall shave her head and pare her nails.
And it's like a reset for her.
That's right.
You know?
And she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thine house, and bewail her father and her mother a full month.
Because her father and her mother was a part of a nation that lost the war.
That's right.
And she was a spoil of war.
That's right.
You know?
It's a time of mourning.
Mhm.
Yep.
And after that, thou shalt go in unto her.
That means have sex with her.
And it wasn't nothing she could do.
Yup,
Because she's a possessor.
yup,
That remind you of Troy.
Yep.
yup, that's right. And be her husband, and she shall be thy wife.
Now, what happens? Oh, you finna make a point.
Talk about it.
Hey, but going back to those domains, you know, Israelite men, you had your land, you had house, you had cattle, and she just you added a new employee to your domain.
That's right.
A new entity to your domain.
Hey, prove your point, Elder. That's why when we actually did the process of marriage, all right, joined together, we had to pay the father
Yep.
because the father was losing an asset.
Yep.
You had to pay a father the dowry.
It was a swap out.
That's it.
You know, everybody wins.
Yeah.
Because the daughter's of value in the household.
Yeah.
So when you remove value from the household, it has to be compensated.
Because if I can just add, a man, our thing as a man is we have affairs. We go out and have affairs, so we can't handle our affairs and then take care of the house at the same time.
That's right.
We might have to go on a 3 days journey, whatever our job is, whatever our labor is, to handle business. So who gonna hold down the house?
That's why the rich and the wealthy hire barbers.
Yep.
They hire landscapers.
Yep.
They hire house cleaners.
Yep.
That's why they hire maintenance workers.
Yep.
That's why they hire car washers,
Babysitters.
babysitters, nannies.
Stewards.
nannies.
But no, I was just gonna get into it. The New Testament goes into those analogies of the steward of the house.
Yeah. And that goes to show you that a steward is nothing but a fucking servant.
Yeah.
When you get on an airplane, what do you have?
A stewardess.
A stewardess.
Well, the word steward goes back to servant.
That's right.
The word steward goes back to servant or minister. So like when a rich men of status, they out in the world
Uh-huh.
handling business, making business moves, but the house still has to be maintained. The brothers breaking down stewards.
Yep, and that's why when you board that plane, and after you have actually sit down on that plane, that woman asks you, "You want something to drink? What do you want to eat? Do you need a pillow or something?"
Yep, hey, we go. Yeah, you got to go out.
This is Judges chapter 21, starting at verse 20. Therefore, they commanded the children of Benjamin, saying, Go and lie and wait in the vineyard, and see, and behold, if the daughters of Shiloh come out to dance in
And you have to
dances.
understand the account of this. Benjamin, the tribe of Benjamin, had got so small that they needed actually women to procreate. And I think they had got down to the number, what, 500? It was 500.
Was it 800?
It was some hundreds.
It was in the hundreds. It
That's
was
low.
in the hundreds. It became very, yeah, it became extremely low. Go ahead.
He remembers.
Then
So the judges of our nations out of each tribe, they made a pact saying, that, look, we can't give you our daughters because we vowed not to, but we're going to give you a drop on a location where some Ephraimites dwell. These women that the Benjamites procreated with, they were actually Ephraimites, so-called Puerto Ricans of today. Can you imagine how they looked back then? Whoa,
Then come ye out of the vineyards, and catch you every man his wife to the daughters of Shiloh, and go to the land of Benjamin.
Right, so you kidnap these women, you abduct these women, you rape these women, because rape means what? To lay hold to, and you take them to your land and reproduce.
Hey, well, you arrest them. Because don't the word arrest go back to take seeds of?
Yeah.
So they were under arrest.
That's right.
They had the right to remain silent. You know?
And it's Sirach 36 and 24. He that getteth a wife, to gain a possession.
And we just read an example of that. They actually went and grabbed them a possession. Like Elder Bond said, it was nothing they can do about it.
Right.
All right?
A help like unto himself.
Hey, because a woman, really, the purpose of your woman is to be a helpmeet. Like a brother broke down, she's supposed to be like your smartphone that stores up all your data and figure out how you work as a human.
Help me, not a headache.
Not a headache. A woman has receptive energy. She basically absorbs your energy, and that's how she know your spirit to really to serve you. You know, she's supposed to get a feel for you to really be 2 steps ahead of you and serving you, man.
That's why some of your traits be on her.
Yep.
Certain things you'll say or do.
Yeah, she be taking some of your words, your lingo. You know?
Now back to Brother Rich.
And basically said the pillar of the ring.
Pillar of risk. Because you said a possession, right?
Yeah.
And this is Genesis 2:18. And the Lord Yahweh Power said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him.
Now, it's this book called Understanding the Ways of the East. That word helpmeet goes back to a certain word, which basically means stand by or stand before. Because in the ancient world, your woman, this is how Elder Bun got the Bible in his hand. Your woman will stand before you with maybe a plate in her hand, all right, waiting on your next command. That's where you get the word waitress from. You go to IHOP or something that say, I'll be a waitress. A waitress is literally there to wait on your command of what you want. Yeah. That's why I stand before she's waiting. A waitress is in the spirit of a woman.
Yeah. I was gonna say on that movie Fences with Denzel. Remember when Denzel had got this other woman pregnant, and when that woman brought that baby to him, what did he do? He gave it to his wife. You handled it. That was her role, even though he had another child by another woman. That was his wife, so she had to do what he needed to do, and she did that. She didn't like it, but she did.
Hey, for help me, according to Strong's H5828, it's Itazar, and it means a helper, aider, a female servant.
But the word woman itself means a female subordinate.
Or my bad, a female helper.
A female servant, man. Because really, they went from being domestic servants to corporate servants. They're servants in Esau's world now. You know, you're the precept.
This book is Sirach, chapter 26, verse 1. Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be doubled. A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace.
Just like you have a woman that supports you, it can possibly extend your days on the earth, man.
That's right.
Why? Because she's a support system, which brings what? A comfort.
Yeah.
You know, one thing about an Israelite, man, if you want him to excel, you make him feel good.
Yeah.
You know, that's the key to boosting you up. Like, you got to feel good about yourself. She's supposed to do that.
Yeah. Hey, because if Yahweh Shah, which is the husband of the bride of the nation of Israel, if he said if you just simply have faith as a mustard seed, you can move mountains.
Yeah.
So he's basically boosting up your ego to say all you gotta do is believe. You know, so your woman, your fleshly woman, you know, she's a comfort. She give you massages. She tell you that you're invincible. You know, to the point to where you can do what? By faith, move mountains. Hey, because he makes you feel powerful.
And Yahweh Shah's wisdom, and wisdom is personified as a woman.
And see, Babylon got this concept, you know, happy wife, happy life, which that's bullshit. When a woman should be happy when she's, you know what I'm saying, making her husband happy, attend to his needs. That should bring joy to her to see her husband, you know, good. You know, he's taking care of, he handling the business, you know what I'm saying? She's making him happy, so she should be happy. Right? But Babylon done just twisted all the way around. The woman's worship.
Because like I say, if she make him happy, he'll do something out of the way and do something to make her happy, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if he feeling good, I'm gonna go buy my wife a deal.
Yeah.
But hell, she give me hell all the time, man. Oh, fuck this.
Hey, and that shrinks you.
Yeah.
You know, you got a woman that has this mentality that everything you do, you ain't shit. That shrinks you, even if you don't realize it. It fucks with your self-image, man.
Kills your confidence.
It kills your confidence.
Breaks your
man.
self-esteem, and that's why Esau designed it like that, man.
Because that's our glory. You know what I'm saying? So that's your glory, you know what I'm saying, looking down upon you, man.
We're supposed to look up at you.
Yeah.
It's on yours.
Hey, this Psalms 82 and 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundation of the earth are out of course.
Yeah, that's what the brother's going through the spirit, man, with this feminist agenda, man. And now you bring that out through on YouTube and stuff like that. Now they look at you in a negative light. You get a strike on your videos because what you're bringing out is against the ways of this world, man.
Right, bro.
So what we're talking about through the spirit, man, we're talking about a whole different divine sovereignty, man, that we're ushering in, man. You know?
But and it's crazy because on YouTube, excluding the truth, you can talk about any wicked thing, man, from killing people, selling dope, you know what I'm saying, homosexuality, so on and so forth. But when it comes to this truth, then basically we get a strike for preaching what comes out the scripture, man.
Hey, but that's why we was reading that scripture in Wisdom of Solomon 2nd. Basically, the elites was talking about Israel like he was made to reprove our ways. So in Esau's fantasy, twisted, dark fantasy reality, you can embrace all types of sexual debauchery, all type of wickedness. But as soon as you push righteousness, it's a strike.
Right. That's why I stated in the book of Psalm by Esau, his right hand is the right hand of falsehood, you know? Your right hand is supposed to represent like your honor, man. But so Esau's honor goes into, you know, debauchery, like the brother just said, fraud, deceptions, you know?
Pedophilia.
Yeah, this is the vessel dishonor that's incurring rulership right now, man. Yeah, I'm getting word from Edamon online. We were bringing out, you know, about, like, you know, with this kingdom. So I'm looking at principality, and it goes into a position of a prince, and it goes into power, sovereignty, and it goes into first in importance, original, primitive. You know, and let's talk about Yahweh Shai. He's going to be that government by a prince, man. What we're leading into with the second coming of Yahweh Shai, it's going to be a new, a righteous kingdom, man. The New Jerusalem, you know. So we'll get that 1 Corinthians.
Yeah, this is 1 Corinthians 15-24. Then come the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power.
That's when Yahweh Shai comes back in his second coming. He's going to put down all rule, all the wickedness, all the mannerisms going on in this society. The fashion in this world should pass away, man. So Yahweh Shai's going to put that down. That's when he's going to usher in his righteous new world order, man. That's what we're looking forward to through the Spirit, man.
Right. This is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty Power, the Everlasting Father.
You know, you go to the word government, it goes into like rule of the mind. So that's a vibration right there. You think about like the rule of the mind right now, it's leaning toward Esau's perceptions, you know what I'm saying? So now we enter into a new position, or transition, should we say, through the Spirit of a righteous government, man. So that's why it says that you should be willing in the day of thy power, man. There's going to be a whole different vibration upon this earth very soon, man. And you can see it right now, it's moving through the Spirit. You know, so you got more men coming out about this, how you going to, manosphere?
Yeah, manosphere.
The manosphere, you know what I'm saying? These guys talking about how to navigate men's lives, going to more in finances, being more manly, you know what I'm saying? Step more into your masculinity nowadays. Why is this coming out in this day and time, man? You know?
The Prince of Peace.
Yeah.
Of the increase of his government.
The increase of his government. And part of his government is going to be his hopeful elect, man. The ones that's fighting, sighing and crying for all the abominations done in the midst of them. So what we're doing, we're going against this feminist agenda, man.
That's right.
You know?
And peace, there shall be no end upon the throne of David.
So that lets you know that Yahweh Shai's kingdom is going to stand forever, man. So he's going to take down Esau's whack-ass kingdom, man. And he's going to upbring his own kingdom. This going to be a kingdom that's going to be ruled forever in righteousness, man.
Yeah, if I could just add, well, is there more to it, brother? Oh, you got it, brother. I'll wait.
And upon his kingdom to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice.
Justice, man. Going back to righteous, man. This going to be a true righteous order, this new second coming, man. Yeah,
from henceforth, ever and forever, the zeal of the Lord Yahweh of hosts will perform this.
If brother will get 2nd Ezra 2 and 42 to 43, it's now back and right with what you got.
2nd Ezra 2 and 42.
42 and 43.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 2, starting at verse 42. Ezra saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number.
Yep.
And they all praised the Most High with song.
Yep, that's the elect. After the judgment of America. Okay.
And in the midst of them there was a young man of a higher stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at great.
Now I just told you in Isaiah that there's going to be a government, right? Yeah. But then it says that same man is going to rule that government, which is Yahweh Shai, set crowns on the elect head. Right, so in the kingdom, in the ancient world, what happens is you have a kingdom, also known as an empire, but then you have something called provinces. Now provinces go back to the word conquer. Basically goes back to land, designated land that you've conquered within your kingdom. But then you put rules over those provinces. See, Yahweh Shai, the whole creation is about to bow down to Yahweh Shai But didn't I say we're gonna be joint heirs to Yahushua? So he put crowns over our head. We're gonna rule over different provinces under Yahushua. Under Yahushua's kingdom, we're gonna rule allotted lands, man. You know?
This is that global reset right here.
It's the global reset. He's gonna designate the elect over different regions, man.
Let's get it, man.
Under King David, yeah, that's to get a proper order. Yahushua, the King David, the apostles, and the 144,000.
That's right.
You know what's so heavy? Hey, that shoulder in Isaiah 96 is Shechem, which means the member on which a load to be born is laid. And that load is the kingdom of heaven.
Yep.
And y'all mentioned King David. I will lay the key of the house of David upon his shoulder.
Yep.
That's rulership.
That's rulership, man. Go to kingdom, goes to domain of a king.
That's right.
You know?
Yo, did it continue on.
That's it. You can get your precept on.
This is Hebrews 2:7. Thou made him a little lower than the angels. Thou crownest him with the glory and honor, and did set him over the works of thy hands.
Because he came in the flesh. He had a physical father and mother, and so therefore by him being in the flesh, he became lower than the angels, man.
Hey, now just imagine a kingdom, right? You're a king. You got a wicked land, right? And a superior kingdom wants to take over your kingdom, and you look outside, you see ships arrayed outside of your kingdom. That's what Esau sees when he sees those so-called UFOs. He seen another king coming close to him, arrayed outside of his kingdom, showing you like we coming, man.
Yeah.
That's why you keep those files specified.
Right.
Like on Apocalypto at the end, when they saw those ships and those shores coming.
Yup.
That's how they were looking, man.
It was the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
And that's the same way Yahushua felt when he walked the earth 2,000 years ago. Because think about this. Hey, he had access to our spirit, so he knew he created the world. But at that time frame, he was witnessing Romans, so-called white people, which are Edomites, have rulership. You know, that was vexing, man. Knowing that I created this shit and look what they're doing to my earth.
Yeah. Well, what did it say in Isaiah? Dogs have been compassed me.
That's right.
Yup.
That's right.
Sometimes you'll get in that spirit.
And that's the book of Psalms.
Right.
When King David was prophesying in the spirit, how dogs can pass me. When he was on the cross, man, being crucified, you had Roman soldiers that were surrounding him.
And you niggas, you Edomites, y'all are dogs, man.
You are.
Y'all are the dogs of the earth. That's why Job said, I wouldn't have my dogs by you.
That's right.
But you're morally the dogs of humankind, man.
Basis of men.
You're the basis of men, the water.
This Hebrews 2:8. Thou hast put all things in suggestion under his feet.
Hey, that's a heavy statement. Hey, the Most High put all things under subjection under his sons, Yahushua's feet. And we being partaker of Yahushua's suffering, like I said, once he gets that, all right, once it becomes manifest, then it's going to go back to what? 2nd Ezra 2, when he put crown under his princes, so to speak, under his little brothers. Like here, little bro, good job. All right, you take this land. Here, little one, little brother, you take this land, man.
Some 100-fold,
Yep.
50-fold.
Because you're not just going to have a crown just to be cute. Those crowns represent you about to rule something. All right?
That's what a penny will do. Because a penny is like to the kingdom of heaven.
Yep.
Symbolic.
And for that, he put all in suggestion under him. He left nothing.
They started with death.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Starting with death. Go ahead.
And it's like he left nothing that is not under him.
Meaning what? Yahushua has total control of the entire world. There's nobody above him except for his father Yahweh. You know?
But now we see not yet all things, but under him.
That's it.
Onto that righteous new world order.
Yeah. This is Revelation chapter 21, starting verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth.
And that's new management. That's new management in the Christian church. They'll have you thinking like the kingdom of heaven is going to be something like literally heaven on earth and angels flying.
Right.
No, it's a management. It's a government.
And the brother said new. When you go into that term new, in the Greek is kainos. But we know it also means afresh, right? But another definition means to make better than once before.
Well,
Going into the restitution. When I think that it's the scripture saying what the book of Galatians, it talks about how Yahushua will bring a restitution. Yeah, get that real quick, man, so I can make the point. But that new heaven, going into that new management, that's actually talking about how the earth will be better than before, how our kingdom will be better than before. You think about King David and King Solomon's rulership, wait till Yahushua returns as himself, all right? Get this, it's going to be restitution, man.
Acts 3:21.
Yeah, okay, my bad.
Whom the heaven must receive unto the times of restitution of all things,
Right.
which the Most High has spoken by the mouth of all his holy prophets.
Right, that restitution means to make better than before. Going into that term restore. Now think about this. The earth basically was a paradise before it was fucked up. Now when Yahushua returns, the earth will be much better. And our kingdom will be much better, man.
Like you said, we just saw a glimpse of it when King Solomon was in rule.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
But that word restitution, like you stated, it goes to restoration of the perfect state before the fall.
Of the perfect state before the fall. Perfect. That means complete.
Yeah.
And then you know that we all gonna be in it with the law, statute, and commandments, man.
And because of that, then everything will function at its maximum capacity and righteousness, man.
So I stated that I will put a new spirit within you.
I got a precept. All right, it's a lot, brother. This is Ezekiel 36 and 10. I started 9. For behold, I am for you, and I will turn unto you, and you should be tilled and sown. He's talking to the land of Jerusalem. All right, verse 10 it says, and I will multiply men upon you, all the house of Israel, even all of it, and the city shall be inhabited, and the way shall be builded. And I will multiply upon you man and beast, and they shall increase and bring fruit, and I will settle you after your old estates.
Ooh, that's the restitution.
And will do better unto you than at your beginnings.
Because remember, think about this. Think about this, man. When we go into the book of Genesis, what did the Elohim say? This was good. That was good. This was good. That was good. So everything was perfect. Everything was completed. But once Yahushua returns, everything will be much more perfected. Meaning the earth, us as a people, but the animals, the plants will all function at its maximum capacity and righteousness, man.
You just imagine how that wine gonna taste. You know, you're gonna drink with his lip.
How the air gonna smell, how the food gonna taste,
All right.
how the sun gonna shine, how the moon's gonna shine.
Different vibration.
Yeah.
And ye shall know that I am Yahweh.
And ye should know that I am Yahweh.
He is.
This is the work. Exactly. He brought it into existence.
Amen. And speaking of how the sun gonna shine, how the moon gonna shine, you know, you be in certain environments, the sun and the Most High is like an artist. How the sky is in a different,
Yeah.
you know, types of oranges and different
Yeah.
reds and
Blue, purple, yeah.
blues and
Like a canvas.
It's a canvas.
Yeah.
But then you look at certain nights, like you know, down here in Mississippi Drive, go past that spillway during a full moon. It's beautiful, man. Just imagine looking at the sky from the Middle East. I know y'all seen like the Mediterranean area and the Grecian area. Maybe the houses be sitting on those like mountains.
Yeah.
But you look at the ocean at nighttime and look at the full moon, man. Hey, the Most High, hey, he gonna deck us out, man.
Hey, because you know he did it when we left Egypt. You know, he literally decked out the children of Israel as they departed from the land of their captivity.
Yep.
But this right here is going to be what? Far greater.
Yep.
As it is written, it's going to be better than the aforetime, right?
Right.
Back in Revelation chapter 21, verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw
Hey, read that again.
Revelation chapter 21, verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and new earth.
And this is the rulership of New Jerusalem, man. Okay, and a new earth, and that's literal. Why? Because the earth is going to be purified from this destruction. Go ahead.
For the first heaven and the first earth were
Meaning-
passed away.
So what's the first heaven? Going into Esau's rulership. The first earth, the earth being in that former wicked state, man. All right, as it is right now. So once the nuclear missiles make contact, then the earth will be purified. Go ahead.
And there was no more sea.
Talk about what? The sea is people going into Esau. Go ahead.
And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from Yahweh out of the heavens, prepare a bride adored for her husband.
Right. So people on this side everybody that's on this side that will not be beamed up by those chariots, they're gonna be destroyed.
Just like that.
Just like this.
Yeah. So New Jerusalem gonna be like that bride, it's going to the hopefully elect. Hey, this 1 Thessalonians 4:16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trumpet of the Most High, and the dead in Yahushua shall rise first.
You know that shout is actually a battle cry. You know, ah!
How did he go out?
Peaceful.
Well, his voice. When Yahushua was crucified,
Yeah.
you know.
It was kind of like
Like
part of
Allah.
yellow tone. It's finished. No, he was kind of tired of looking.
And then there was an earthquake.
Yeah.
Then the temple rent.
Yeah.
You know what? That movie Brightburn, they went right into your house shot. You know, the little boy eyes was red. You know, then in Revelation it says his eyes was a flame of fire. Hey, that's the intensity before their war cry. Hey, Yahweh Shai is waiting to put his foot up Esau's ass, man.
Hey, this Isaiah 42:14. I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman.
Man, he gonna be. You remember how Goku used to be screaming? That's how he go on.
Like go and turn that Super Saiyan.
Shit,
Oh my
man.
goodness.
He gonna be on that tree. But hey,
He
it's
felt
been
it,
2
man.
days, man. It's only been 2 days,
Yeah.
so it's been, it's still fresh on him. Man, these niggas done jumped on me 2 days ago. Oh yeah, I'm coming back.
That's just how regular Jay act when somebody shoot at their house or something
Man,
like that.
I'm telling you, hey, when we watch these mob pictures,
Yeah.
be 5 years later, them niggas coming back, bro.
Yep.
So you can only imagine 2 days.
So like you stated a while back how your house shot is probably on the throne, just gripping on to the chair, man. You know what I'm saying? He ready, man.
Yeah, you
He
ready?
got all power.
Yeah.
Then he watching everything.
Yeah, he watching everything.
He watching all the atrocities. You know, when he being restrained, by the Heavenly Father. So it's really like the Most High starving Yahushua out, man. You know, it's like the Most High is starving out a lion, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Like in the streets.
Yeah, then he gonna turn them loose, man, because that anticipation and their release,
Yeah.
I'm sure this brother know, like, in the basketball tournaments in high school,
Right.
when you in the stands watching everybody else play, and you observing them, you like, can't wait to get out there. You can't wait to get to the action, man. That's how Yahweh Shai seeing nations go into power, nations going out of power. He's seeing all these wars and he's seeing all these things, so he can't wait because you gotta think all that power is just flowing through him because he know what he's capable of, man.
And the Heavenly Father is his coach.
Yep.
And Yahushua's waiting for him to put him in the game.
Put him in the game, coach.
In the game, coach.
It's like the thoughts of a dam breaking. A dam holds back a big, large body of water that just got so much power and so much force behind it.
Yeah.
And that dam is collapsed, man. That water is gonna destroy everything in its path, and it's gonna have such a loud sound. It's gonna sound like a battle cry.
Yeah.
And he says his voice will sound in many waters.
Yeah.
Just
Speaking of starving out a lion and a lion roaring, voice the sound of many waters.
I would jump to 13. Isaiah 42:13. The Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman.
They're gonna run through nations. Like when Yahweh Shai touches down, he gonna run through everything, man.
That shows you that Yahushua is gonna break his masculine frame. Because he's been holding that, he's been having that masculine frame for the past 2 days. So now he's gonna be so excited, he's gonna break it.
And you see Gad, they used to do that like on a smaller level, man. Those war cries, those battle cries, And it says, I will destroy and devour it once.
It's gonna be light work. Cause hey, Yahweh Shai, if you got that much time to meditate, man, he done planned out so many scenarios.
Premeditated.
How he gonna do. But Yahweh Shai, it's gonna be a quick conquering, man. You see? What's that? Luke 10:18. Yeah.
That's spirit.
Yeah. Hey, because Yahweh Shai spoke about, he spoke about Esau. He ain't directly say Esau, but we knew who he was talking about, man.
Right.
When he said he seen Satan, he knew who were the extension of Satan in the earth, man. Go ahead.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 10, verse 18.
Yep.
And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning falling from heaven.
Yo, remember it says a new heaven and new earth, and the old heaven passed away. How did that old heaven pass away? Through Yahweh Shah conquering, man. You see? That's that conquering line of Judah, man. You know? And we come from a lineage of conquerors, man. You know? When you read the book of Joshua, you know, those first 11 chapters, man, Joshua was wreaking havoc on those kings, man. He was running through kings, man. 31 heathen kings, man. You see? Going into the land of Canaan, man. That's in us, man, to be conquerors, man. You know? When they get there, Romans 8.
And so when you see these karate movies, and you got one individual taking on like 200 people, man, that content or that mindset goes back to the scripture, man.
Yep.
King David, mighty man.
Yep, that's our heritage.
Yeah.
You know? Romans 8:37. Hey, because that's really what we got to tap into, man. That's why, you know, this is wartime, man. You know? That's why this ain't the time, you know, to be booed up so much, man. To be around all that feminine energy, man. Yeah. Because we finna conquer the earth under Yahweh Shah, man. You know, go ahead.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 37.
Yep.
Nay, in all these things, we are more than conquerors through him that loved us.
And that's going through the Heavenly Father, through his son, Yahweh Shah. You know, you get that in Exodus 15:3. You see, going through the Song of Moses, we can read that, man. Hey, because the Most High loves to see his sons get down on these heathens, man. You see, you know what I say, the Christian church got a whole different nigga that they worshiping and singing to, man. All right? That's not the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man, because the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Yahweh, he is, you know, his son, Yahweh Shah, they love to see, you know, Israel conquer these heathen nations, man. You know? That's pleasing to the Heavenly Father, man. All right? Because he wants his earth to be ran in righteousness, man. You see? This wicked kingdom is becoming vexing, right, to the Heavenly Father. And that's why you see judgment going out more and more, because that's him arousing up, man. Go ahead.
This Exodus 15:3. Yep. The Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, is a man of war. The Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, is his name.
Yep. Hey, the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, is a man of war. All right? And what does that mean? He's the ultimate strategic, man. Because even when everything that the Most High did really was a war move for this time, man. You gotta think about it. He scattered Israel throughout the whole earth. The elect, the 144,000, is throughout the whole earth. Those were sleeper cells. He brought the bulk of Israelites to where? America, the nation that he wanted to destroy completely. Yeah. So he brought Esau brought the army that's gonna take him down to America. Yeah. See, that's a strategic war move. And then what did he do? He got Israel looking like other nations, so you can't go off face value. Everything that the Heavenly Father did was really a war move. You see? He made Esau create nukes just to use on himself.
Esau created niggas, and that's the use on him. The other apostle brought into the race wars. You know, like street niggas, gang bangers and stuff. A lot of them gonna go against Esau in the end, man.
Yep. Yeah, they're like the Edomites you see, you know, Joe Sixpack, you know, the biggest LSU fan on earth. That nigga, man, he gonna be beat to sleep, man, when these niggas get starved out here, man. You know? So everything that Esau did, everything that the Most High did was a war. It was a strategic war move, man. You know? And that's one top level. When you become a top level strategic, is to have your enemy thinking that he has you, man.
We the true sleeper cell.
Yeah. You know? You got it. You get that.
This is Psalm chapter 73, verse 20.
You get that Micah 5 and 7. Gonna go into the sleeper cell. Go ahead.
As a dream when one awakens, so, O Yahweh, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image.
Yeah, so the Most High is awakening. And he's despising the image, all right, which is this society, man, the beast. You see? He's despising the image of this society, man. That's why it behooves us to detach from this place, man, because we see judgment coming, you know? Because at the end of the day, as an Israelite, as an Israelite man, you're either being conformed to Yahweh Shah or likened to this beast, man. Ain't no in between, you know? So when judgment goes out, those that are conformed to Yahushua, that, like you were saying earlier, that's who he's going to get to rule with him. You see? But everything else, hey, they on the hit list, man.
Yeah, you got your big brother, right?
Yeah.
Any brother was a little brother.
Yep.
You know, you might have put on your big brother fitted cap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You might have put on his shades.
Yeah.
That's how we deal with your house side. We're conforming ourselves to big brother.
Yeah.
You know, we're detached from our old ways, and we're trying to be like big brother as much as possible, man.
Yep. Yep.
You know?
Be ye perfect as me.
Hey, yeah, be up. Yep.
You got that, you got it.
Exodus chapter 15, verse 3. The Lord is a man of war. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is his name.
Yeah, the ultimate war strategy, man. All these war strategies that we see in the earth, it comes from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You know?
The word general, as in war general,
Yep.
and the etymon goes back to strategy.
Yep.
You know?
Hey, that's the account. Matter of fact, a brother can look it up. Type in mulberry trees, and we're gonna get an account how the war was, how Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, you know, he's the ultimate war strategist, man. You got it, bro.
Revelation chapter 19, verse 11. And I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True.
And that's Yahweh shot on that father chariot, that white horse, that pure power. And going also in the ancient world, you know, the one that was on the white horse, that showed his status within the military, you know, because you go in the history of Pompey, the Roman general, you know, he was always, even on 300, you remember that time war? When Pompey showed up on
Spartacus. Yeah, Spartacus. Yeah.
You remember the horse he was on? It was all white.
White,
He was
yep.
in all white.
Yep.
Ice cream.
Yep.
You know, so that white horse goes
Yeah.
into your status within the army as well, man. You know. Go ahead.
And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
He does judge and make war. So Yahushua is coming to make war. You see? That's before the kingdom is set up in righteousness, he has to go to war with the wicked. That's why he's making war in righteousness, man. You see? Oh, we got that Micah 5.
It's Micah 5 verse 7. And the remnant of Jacob should be in the midst of many people as a dew from the Lord, as the showers upon the grass that tarry not for man, nor waited for the sons of men.
Read it again.
Micah 5 and 7. And the remnant of Jacob should...
The remnant is the elect. All right, the remnant means the remainder. All right, the ones that will remain during this chaos, man. All right, go ahead.
The remnant of Jacob should be in the midst of many people as a dew from the Lord.
In the midst of many people as the dew of the Lord, and dew covers the earth.
Yeah.
So the remnant is in the midst of everyone, all nations.
Yeah.
You see? Go ahead.
And it says, as the showers upon the grass that tarry not for man, nor waited for the sons of men.
Go ahead.
And it says, and the remnant of Jacob should be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest.
Hey, the remnant gonna be as lions among the beasts of the forest. All right? Which what? That means dominion. All right, go ahead.
As a young lion among the flocks of sheep.
As a young lion amongst the flocks of sheep, and the sheep is defenseless against a lion, man. It can't outrun it. All right, it can't bite it. It can't do nothing. He's at the sheep is at the mercy of a lion, you know. And how is these people gonna be at the mercy of their remnant? Because the standard gonna be lifted, and these people gonna be at the mercy of their remnant, man. You see? Go ahead.
This Psalm 110 and 1. The Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou in my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool. The Lord shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion. Rule thou in the midst of thy enemies.
And he said, sit thou at thy right hand till I make thy enemies thy footstool. And that's what you see happening, man. All this war tension is all leading up to Yahushua. You know? That's what this third world war is leading up to, Yahushua coming on the scene, man. You know, you got things happening that ain't never been done before. You got Iran, they done sent some ships into the Atlantic Ocean, man. They over there on the west coast of Africa, man. That's never been done before, man. They never went that far from Iran, you know. But why is that, man? Because it's an energy on these nations, man. Yeah. You see why? Because that's how the Lord is going to make, all right, these nations a footstool of the elect of Israel, beginning with Yahushua, is through war. You see? Go ahead.
The Lord shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion.
Lord shall send a rise of our spirit out of Zion. Go ahead.
Rule thou in the midst of thy enemies.
Yep. Go
Thy
ahead.
people should be willing in the day of thy power. In the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning, thou hast the dew of thy youth.
Yeah, that standard being lifted gonna convert a lot of people, man.
Yep.
You know? Hey, what Apostle Gabar always say? Well, words don't teach. Adversity will, man. You know? Yeah, you go back to that Michael. Yep.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, you had some more. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, verse 4.
Yep.
The Lord has sworn and will not repent.
Yep.
Thou art a priest forever at the order of Melchizedek.
Yep, they're speaking to Yahweh Shai, you know, because he's their high priest, you know, eternally. Yep.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Verse 5. The Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath.
The Lord through his right hand, Yahweh Shai shall strike through kings, man. All the leaders, the top of these heathens, Yahweh Shai gonna run through, man. Yahweh Shai finna run through these people, man. You know? What you think this is about, man? You see? This ain't no trend, all right? This ain't no hangout. This ain't, you know, you put fringes on all your t-shirts. No, man, we talking about conquering, man. This is about rulership, man. You know? That's why Most High not dealing with no goofy niggas, man. Niggas teaching false doctrine, man. You see? Because this thing is way bigger than we can imagine, man. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 6. He shall judge among the heathen.
Yep.
He shall fill the places with the dead bodies. He shall wound the heads over many countries.
Hey, he said judge amongst the heathen. He gonna judge with water. You see? That's how he gonna judge, man. You see?
I'll bring it out real quick. This is 2 Samuel chapter 6, starting at verse 23.
Yep.
And when David inquired of the Lord Yahweh, he said, Thou shalt not go up, but fetch a compass behind them that come upon them over against the mulberry tree.
Yeah, so this is the Lord telling King David a war strategy. You see? He's like, look, don't go straight up to him, but go on the backside. All right? Go ahead.
And let it be when thou hearest the sound of a ongoing in the tops of the mulberry tree.
What you talking about, those cherries? You see? The top of the mulberry tree. So the Most High sent an airstrike. He told David to fall back. I'm going to do an airstrike through the cherries, and then, go ahead.
That then thou shalt bestir thyself, for then shall the Most High go out before the tree to smite the host of the Philistines.
Go ahead.
And David did so, and the Lord Yahweh commanded him, and smote the Philistines from Geba until thou come to Gaza.
Yeah, so the Most High was giving actual strategies, you know, plays, man. You see? Yahweh Bashim Shai is very strategic, man. You know? Like, people, you know, you being all with the leaks and they wickedness like damn. They was doing that the whole time, you know? But see, the real strategic is Yahweh Bashim Shai. You see? He's the one that's really masterminding everything, because even what the elites are doing, you know, is part of his strategy. You know? So at the end of the day, Yahweh Bashim Shai is showing that there is no wisdom against him, as the scriptures say, man. You know? And he's a man of war, and we gotta act, you know, as if, you know, we're in wartime, man. We gotta carry ourselves like this is wartime, man. You know? In wartime, you don't get, you know, too engulfed, you know, in the civilian life. You know, you can't get too engulfed in the civilian life. You do things, you know, you have downtime, you know, but at the same time, we at war, so you always gotta be attentive, man. You know, I got a spirit, you got it, bro.
Proverbs 21:1.
Yep.
The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh,
Yep.
as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will.
Yeah, the king's heart, you see, is in the hand of Yahweh Bashim Shai, which means he has full control. You know, because when something in your hand, it's in full control. Because you can drive an 18-wheeler, you have an 18-wheeler, big, strong truck, you know, all this trailer at the back, but what's controlling all that? Your hand. Yep. You know? Yep. It's your hand that's doing the controlling. It tell that truck, you know, you can have a truck, your hand gets that truck from Mississippi to California, man. You see? You control that truck. Well, the main thing you use is what? Your hand. So the Most High has the king's mind in his hand. He's in full control, man. You know? He's making the kings of the earth, you know, get in the spirit of war, man. Invest, you know, into weaponry, man. Hey, because you gotta think, like, these other nations don't have, you know, the privilege of America to print money, you know, and to just you know, spread money around and spend billions and billions of dollars, you know, within military. Because, see, we don't feel the effect of America spending hundreds of billions of dollars, you know, on their military. But see, these other nations, they people feel a direct effect from it. But see, the leaders of the nation like, shit, fuck it, you know? Nigga, cut back on eating fast, nigga. We finna get these missiles on deck, you know? So the Lord put it in their mind to invest in what? Military, man. You see? So it is what it is, but that shows you that what? The king's heart. The heart of the leaders is in the hand of the Lord. You know? You got it.
Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
So everything that we see is a showcase that the Most High is in complete control over rulership, man. You know, because no nation can come into power unless it's ordained by Yahweh by Shema Shai. When you go to Daniel the 7th chapter, you know, those nations came and fell in that same order that Daniel prophesied, man. You know, that the vision was given to Daniel. You know, you had the Assyrians, then you had the Babylonians, then you had the Medo-Persians, then you had the Greeks, and then you had the Romans. They came in that order. It couldn't have been the Greeks first, you know, then the Romans, then the Babylonians. No, it had to come in that direct order. That shows that he rules in the kingdom of men because everything happens, all right, through what? His will, all right? His order. Go ahead.
And give it to whomsoever he will, and set it up over it the basis of men.
And he set up the basis of men, Esau Edom. Because this was the same man that didn't even know how to, didn't even have, you know, hygiene about themselves, man. You know? No. Esau Edom, all right, is the basis man in rulership. You know, if we was to get a clip, all right, of a day in the life of an Edomite when they was in the Caucasus Mountains, you know, when they couldn't even form a sentence, all right, you wouldn't believe it, man.
Well, like it says in Romans 2:8, is it? That, you know, even us not knowing the law, we being the seed of Israelites, we naturally keep some of the laws. Well, Esau, not knowing that he's an Edomite, him by being that of their lineage, he naturally does base things. Like he's known for not washing his hands. He's known for eating undone steaks. You know, he's known for being a pedophile. You know.
That's his spirit. Like was the seed of Sodom. The
vine.
Yeah, get that Deuteronomy 32 and I think 32. You got it.
And it's Jeremiah 10:23.
Yep.
Oh Yahweh, I know the ways of man is not himself.
Yep.
It is not in man to walk to direct his steps.
Yeah, so a man doesn't know, all right, their end. A man doesn't know their destination. Everyone is everyone is within the will of Yahweh by Shema Shai. And see, we're fighting and hoping that we are part of their elect that's predestined, man. You know, that's why we're here, man. You know, to be a part, all right, of that elect, man. That's why we talk about the hopeful elect, man, because we hope to be a part of that elect, all right, whom we know the ending for the elect gonna be good, man. You see? You got it.
Yeah, it was Deuteronomy 32.
It's on 75.
I just get it out of my phone. I just read it.
Yep.
All right. It's Deuteronomy 32:32. All right. It says, "For their vine is the vine of Sodom, and of the fields of Gomorrah. Their grapes are grapes of gall. Their clusters are bitter."
Yeah. So Esau is naturally a lewd man. You know, look at what he has going on in the earth, man. You know, here it is. All right. We will get scrutinized, you know, for having more than one woman, or even looking at another woman. You know, we'll be demonized as a monster. But here it is. We in the middle of Pride Month. You know, you see, showing you that by nature, what you uphold, you know, that shows your true nature, man.
And, yeah, exactly. And then, you know, I think of Australia.
Yep.
Australia has a lot of Edomite tendencies, a lot of Roman tendencies.
Yep.
Like the nude beach,
Yep.
open orgies on the beach.
Yep.
Like you only know of one nation that really does that, man. You know?
Child porn.
Yep.
Child sex trafficking. Then you look at the sex trafficking, the women be drugged up, you know, looking horrible.
Yep.
You like, what is you getting out of this, man? Like, you know, who's getting roused up by this? This man, to show this man ain't right. You know?
Yep.
This nigga is not right, man. The nigga that's in power is not right. And see, everyone, you know, turns the blind eye because Esau lets them do what they want to do. You see? So they turn the blind eye to what he has going on in earth, man. You know? He's a complete nigga, man. That's your the disorder. This shit confusing, man. Yeah, you got it.
This is Psalms 75, verse 4.
Yep.
4. I say unto the fools, did not foolishly,
Yep.
and to the wicked, lift up not the horn. Verse 5, lift up. This is Psalm 75 and 4. I say to the fools, did not foolishly.
And the fools is Esau Edom. You know? Esau Edom is a damn fool, man. Look at his mind frame. Look what he's trying to do. This man wants to try to rewrite your DNA, man. You know, everything that the Most High set up in Genesis 1, 2, he wants to undo and remix it, man. He a damn fool, man. Here it is, everything already works and functions, you know, accordingly. Everything is already set up. Even like your immune system, man. You people, you know, that's out here taking, you know, you're taking this jab. That's really your anti-Messiah. Because here it is, that's like if I give you a car and the car works fine. You know, I give you a car. You had no car. I give you a car. It's decked out. Everything you like is within that car. You know? But then you turn around and don't even use my car, but you go get a car that got this motor knocking. You know? One on the donut. You see? One will crank every now and then. You see, you gotta hope it crank. I'm looking at you like, what you doing? You know? Well, here it is, you got a perfectly functioning immune system, but then he wants to stick something in you, you know, that destroys your, you know, what already works perfectly, man.
Go ahead, bro.
Your body is already set up to fight off. It can be a million variants of a flu. Your antibodies is already set up to fight and attack each and every one of them.
And then the most side to assist your immune system and to invigorate it. Sometimes your car might need a jump.
Yep.
All right, the Most High gave you herbs from his treasure.
Yep.
The echinacea, golden seal.
Yep.
Our people didn't even consider that. They hop right over the possibility of the earth healing you. All right, and going straight to the damn devil. And going back to the immune system, why would you get your medicine from the same man that broke down your immune system through his food?
Yeah.
The standard American diet breaks down your immune system. So that man is responsible for healing you?
They got a thing now called magnetic meat. You know how there was people sticking the magnet to their arm. They got certain packs of meat that they sticking the magnet to. The meat is magnetized, man. This man trying to turn you to a cyborg, man. You know, and you letting this man inside you, you deserve everything that come with it, man. You know, you got a robot, huh? Yeah.
All right, verse 5. No, I'm sorry, go. This is Psalm 75 and 4. I say to the fool, did not foolishly,
Yep.
and to the wicked, lift not up the horn.
Yeah, Esau Edom has lifted up his horn, which is his power. You know, and mainly through that little horn, all right, in the book of Daniel, the 7th chapter, which is a miracle. Esau has lifted up that horn, man. You see? Now Esau thinks, you know, that he can stand up against the Most High. He thinks he can, you know, go toe-to-toe with Yahweh Shai. He done lifted up his horn, man. He done got proud. He done got beside himself, man. Yeah. You know? And that's why he finna get his ass wore out. All right? in such a bad and embarrassing way because he done got beside himself, man. Go ahead.
Lift not up your horn on high.
Yep.
Speak not with a stiff neck.
Go ahead.
Proceed for promotion.
For promotion, yep. They said speak not with a stiff neck. Because the only thing Esau talks about is what he wants to do. You know, what he got planned. You know, what he thinks is best for society. You know, this man would not turn, you know, from his wicked way. The scriptures say, you know, there was no repentance within him, man.
Yeah.
You see? This man would not stop. This nigga gonna go harder and harder and harder until Yahweh Shai return, man. You know?
Mm-hmm.
He has no cutoff switch, man. And Jake got this hope that this nigga gonna change one day, man. And do right by them. No, man.
Because they made Juneteenth a national holiday now. Man. Hey, Jake gullible, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Juneteenth. And that's a victory for you niggas, man. You know? They give you Juneteenth. They gonna give you niggas some more stimulus check. Yep. Alright? And they gonna give your ass a booster shot in the fall, man.
Yeah. And then one other implementation.
Yeah, that's the end game, man.
Yeah, if I can just add, bro. After slavery, we went right back into sharecropping.
Yeah.
When slavery ended, it ain't like they let us get our own shit. We was picking cotton, right? We loved picking cotton for free and doing it for crumbs.
Yep.
That's it.
And then you still owed them.
Yep.
You had to rent their tools.
Yep.
You know?
You was a debt slave.
A debt slave. And then when you did branch out, all right, they dropped bombs on you niggas, man.
And how about that landed? Yeah. Because Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
But how about you got Jake that's about 60 now? They used to pick cotton when they were little.
Yeah.
Because that was a side. By the time the baby boom generation got here, that was a side hustle in the South.
Yep.
You want a school clothes, you gonna pick cotton in the summertime, man.
That's up there to this day in the Delta, man.
Yep. Hey, man, fuck these songs, man.
All right. Verse 6.
Yep.
For promotion coming neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south.
Yep.
But the Most High is a judge. He put it down one.
They use that in the churches. Promotion.
Yeah.
This is not talking about you getting a better job.
Yeah.
Promotion means a nation coming to power.
Yeah.
You know, because the Most High, the Bible is really like a Game of Thrones. Mm-hmm. It's from the perspective of nations, from the perspective of the Most High.
Yep. That's the script of the game. We reading the script of the literal Game of Thrones, man.
Yeah.
You know, because that point you made earlier, you know, how Yahweh Shai, you know, really, you know, you familiar with the Game of Thrones. But Yahweh Shai gonna sit on that iron throne.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And he gonna rule all these other realms. He's gonna put his men, you know, in place, man.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, because in the beginning, that's why, because like Robert Baratheon, you know, the King Robert Baratheon. King's Landing.
Mm-hmm.
And Ned Stark was his friend, his best friend.
Yeah.
But he had his best friend, the Lord, over his realm, though, man. You know? And that's how Yahweh Shai gonna do us, man. He's gonna put his friends over his kingdom, man.
They do that on this side.
Yep.
When like an Edomite, you might have some called nepotism. Where does nepotism come from?
Yep.
You put your son, your nephew in that position of power.
Yep.
But then you got something called cronism. You put your friends in a position of power.
Yeah.
They didn't have to work for it per se.
Yep.
Esau does that. That's why you look up and it's like number Edomites over the organization.
Yep.
Number Edomites that own his land.
Yep.
It's nepotism and cronism.
Yep.
Go back to cronies.
Yep.
We're Yahweh Shai's cronies.
Yep.
Also known as joint heirs. He said we're his friends, right?
Yep.
You know, we're not just disciples, we're his friends.
You know, St. John.
You gonna get that?
Yeah.
St.
You
John.
finished it.
All right. But the Most High is a judge. He put it down one and set up another.
Yeah, and see, he's finna put down Esau, Edom, and set up the nation of Israel, beginning with the elect. All right, beginning with his king Yahweh Shai. You know, go ahead. You keep reading.
All right, verse 8. For in the hand of the Most High, there's a cup,
Yeah, in the hand of the Most High, there's a cup. You see,
and the wine is red.
and the wine is red. Go ahead.
It is full of mixture and poured out with salam. It is poured out of the same.
Yeah, so that cup of destruction that we drunk, now the Most High is finna pass it to you Edomites, man. See, you gotta drink of that cup of captivity, destruction, family separated, all right? You know, the curses. You gotta drink of that cup. The Most High got all that mixed up. He's mixing that cup, getting it ready, man. And now he's finna get ready to pass it to you, man. You know, we drunk of it, you finna drink of it, man. Right. You know, go ahead.
But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out.
The dregs, the worst part of it, man. Because right now we hold the title for worst captivity under the sun, man.
Yeah.
Hey, but see, you finna be the new heavyweight world champion of slavery, man. You see? You finna have the belt of the worst captivity under the sun, man, on earth, man. You see? Because you're getting paid back double, man. And see, the Most High hates you, man. He was chastening us.
Yeah.
All right? You were just the belt that he used to whoop our ass, man. You see? But he hates you. So you know he gonna show his hatred. He gonna turn us into gods, then get you back, man. You know? Go ahead.
Wring them out and drink them.
Yep.
Keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
But I will declare forever. I will sing praise to the Most High of Jacob.
You have the power of Jacob.
That's
go
right.
ahead.
Sorry. Verse 10. All the horns of the wicked also are cut off.
Yep, the wicked power structures are finna be cut off. All these wicked power structures, they're finna be cut off, man. Go ahead.
I will cut off, but the horn of the righteous shall be exalted.
Shall be exalted. You see? And when the horns of the righteous, the powers of the righteous is exalted, he's going to put his friends, his brethren in power. Yep. All right? You can read that, bro.
1 John 15:14. Ye are my friends if you do whatsoever I command you.
You are friends if you do whatsoever I command you. You know? And as Israelite men, we're commanded to teach. We're commanded to be obedient. We're commanded to obey Yahushua. You see? So we're his friends through obedience. You see, first you have to be an Israelite by lineage. But see, you become his friends through obedience, man. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 15, St. John 15:15. Hence I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth.
Yeah, hey, because you gotta think like a king, everyone's not in that council with the king. You see? Everyone's not within that council. You know? I think that's Psalm 65 and 4. See if that is. But everyone's not within the council of the king's courts. You know? If you were within the king's court, you was privy to those intimate conversations. You see? You was getting the details of particular things. The regular citizens, civilians of the kingdom, they wasn't in on those intimate sittings, you know, of the king, man. You see? That's why he say he called you not servants, but lords. Like when the king was getting ready to say something, you know, that was private, you know, that was intimate, he would make the cupbearer leave, you know, he would make the handmaids leave. You see? He would make the servants leave, and then he would get into it, you know, have counsel with his friends, man. You know? Because a king couldn't just reveal it was a king's life depended on information. You see, back in the ancient world, like a king couldn't let everybody know all his moves and what he was thinking and who he didn't trust. No, man, people had to get out, and then he would reveal that to his intimate friends that he trusts. Going back to like Robert Baratheon and Ned Stark, like it got to the point where he would only tell Ned Stark particular things, you know, because he didn't trust nobody else, man. And that's the relationship that the elect 144,000 got with Yahushua, man. You know.
A little bit more.
You got it.
But I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you. So, hey, that goes back to that nepotism and that cronism. Or the nepotism, that's from the Most High to Yahushua. But then we're his cronies. So whatever his father told him, he told us, man. Going back to joint heirs, man. You know?
We're going to be set up, man.
And you know what that means? We're important. And we got to start looking at ourselves like that, like we're important, man.
That's a beautiful point. Hey, and it ain't boasting in us, it's boasting who our power is and what we're a part of, man.
That's
right. See? Because we know it's not within us, it's within Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. Like the scripture he finna get there real quick.
This Psalm 65 and 4.
Listen to this.
Blessed is the man whom thou chosest and caused to approach unto thee.
Hey, blessed is the man whom thou choosest and caused to approach unto thee. You see, go ahead.
That he may dwell in the courts.
That he may dwell in thy courts. You see? Because a king, with ancient king, you had to be summoned. You couldn't just roll up on the king. Even in the book of Esther,
That's right.
she told Mordecai, like, I can't just go to the throne, I'll get put to death. The only reason Esther didn't get put to death because Xerxes put that scepter out, and that was to show he was having mercy on her, man. They was giving her a pardon, you see? But you couldn't, like the king going to his throne and somebody already there, you be put to death. Because like I said, in the ancient world, you know, the king was a, you know, the king was like a precious package, you know? So you can't just be, because you had, example had to be showed. You know, if I'm coming, the king coming to the throne and somebody there already, so you put to death. I don't know what your intention is.
Yep.
You know? So it say, blessed is he whom thou choosest, all right, to approach thee and dwell in thy courts, man.
Woo, wow.
You see?
Yeah, that connects.
So the Most High summoned the 144,000, man. We were summoned out the earth. Whatever lifestyle we was living, we were summoned to the courts of Yahweh by Shema Shah, man.
To the secret council.
That council, man. You know? Hey, this is real. Like, what? This is real, man.
What scripture is this?
What's it? Psalm 75 and 4. 65 and 4, yeah. Psalm 65 and 4. Read it again.
I'm bring back up. It's Psalm 65 and 4.
Yep.
Blessed is the man whom thou choosest
Yep.
and caused to approach unto thee,
Yep.
that he may dwell in thy courts.
Yep.
We shall be satisfied with the goodness of thy house.
We shall be satisfied with the goodness of thy house, man. And what did Yahweh Shah say? In my father's house, there are many mansions, man.
Yeah.
We're going to be satisfied with the goodness of our father's house, man. You know? Hey, like this brother, you know, love whales, man. Ain't no telling what type of planet Yahweh Shah done made just for this brother, man.
Full of dolphins.
Yeah.
Killer whales.
Animals we haven't seen, man.
Yeah.
You know? So he said we're gonna be satisfied with the goodness of the Father's house, man. We're gonna be satisfied with the universe, man. You know, with the multiverse, man. You see? Come on, man. What else are you gonna choose besides this, man? What else you gonna be into now? And the Most High making it easy. He's showing that the shit over.
Yeah.
You know?
Because nigga culture, it just keeps reinventing itself.
Yeah.
It's recycling shit.
Yeah.
You know? Nothing exciting about America no more.
Yeah, done, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish.
You got it.
It's even of thy holy temple.
Even of thy holy temple, man.
Yep.
You know? So we gonna be satisfied with the goodness of Yahweh by Shema Shah, man. And see, we finna be put into positions that the earth, cause see, the Esau, the elites have done a good job at creating this delusion that people have the power over society. You know, with the voting, the politics. You see, people don't think that kings run the earth right now. They think that, you know, it's Biden, you know, Prime Boris Johnson in Britain.
EU.
Yeah,
you
the
know?
EU, yeah. You know, Xi Jinping,
Yeah.
you know, that nigga in North Korea, what his name, Kim Jong, yeah.
Kim Jong-un.
Hey, yeah, no, nigga, they are nothing but lower level lords, all right, and puppets of the elite, man. You see, kings still run the earth, man. Just they play the back. You see, we not gonna have to play the back in our kingdom, man. It's gonna be known, all right. If you in this area, all right, you answer the king such and such, all right. You answer the Malak Zahab. If you within this realm, this is the king of your realm. This is his realm. All right. There ain't gonna be no, you know, prime ministers and, you know, elections and runoffs and all that dumb shit. No, man. It's gonna go back to a king's domain. You see, and it's gonna be known. All right. Go ahead.
You know, we talking about reign with Yahweh Shem Shah, right?
Yeah, you got it.
This 2 Timothy 2:11.
Yep.
It is a faithful saying. If we be dead with him,
Yep.
we should also live with him.
If we be dead with him, we shall also live with him. You see? And it's talking about being dead because Yahweh Shah, when he was here, he was dead to the world, man. To this society. You know? Get that in St. John 14:30. Yahweh Shah was dead to this society, man. You know? Nothing excited him here, man. He was all about the kingdom. He was always talking about the kingdom. Yahweh Shai was always talking about the kingdom, man. Going to parables about the kingdom. The kingdom of heaven is like, you know, you know, to a mustard seed. You know, the kingdom of heaven is like to a man, you know, who finds a treasure. Kingdom of heaven like a merchant man who finds a goodly pearl. He was always talking about the kingdom, man.
This conversation was in heaven.
Yeah. You know?
And that's my scripture said about the treasure should be up in heaven instead of on earth. You know what I'm saying? It's all about it's all about looking forward. Because this place is gonna be destroyed. At verse 12.
Oh, hold it, get there.
St. John 14:30. Come. Hereafter I will not talk much with you. For the prince of this world cometh.
The prince of this world, and at that time, who was ruling? The Romans, the Edomites. All right? And he said, the prince of this world, go ahead.
And have nothing in me.
Have nothing in me. All right? This society has nothing to do with me and how I'm going to rule. You see? So that's why Yahweh Shai was dead to this shit, because he knew that this was a temporary kingdom, man. You see? Like you say, his conversation was in heaven. His conversation was in the eternal, man. You see? Matter
beyond.
Yeah, it was beyond. Get that precept we called out earlier, that second Ezra 2 and started with 40. But you can finish this.
Alright, this is our 2 Timothy 2 and 12. If we suffer, we should also reign with him.
Yeah, if we suffer, we shall also reign with him, man. So the suffering that we go through, all right, is what, man? We're earning the kingdom as Yahweh Shai had to earn it, man. You see? We gotta earn the kingdom. We gotta go through things, man. We gotta suffer loss, man. We gotta suffer for particular things, man.
One more time.
All right, to be able to reign. All right?
Go ahead, one more time.
Go ahead.
All right, second Ezra 2.
Okay, yeah, finish.
If we deny him, he will also deny us.
If you deny him, and it's through our actions, man. That's how you deny Yahweh Shai, is through your actions, man. Come, your behavior, man, that denies Yahweh Shai, man. All right? An Israelite man that doesn't want to submit, all right, to the standard of the scripture. An Israelite woman that doesn't want to submit, all right, to her husband, man. You know? That's how you deny Yahweh Shai, because as we were speaking about earlier, Yahweh Shai is all about order, man. You know? So if you can't submit to order, you're denying Yahweh Shai, man. You know?
Second Ezra 2:42. I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and and upon every one of their heads he set crowns.
He said crown, and that's Yahweh Shai. All right? So these men are being placed into rulership. All right? This is what's happening. The Most High through Yahweh Shai is setting up a new rulership in the earth, man. Go ahead.
And was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly.
Go ahead.
All right. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? And he answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahweh. Now are they crowned and received power.
Hey, so he said, these are they that put off the mortal clothing and put on immortal. And it begins with this wisdom. It begins with a mindset, man. You see? The men of the elect put off the ways of a mortal kingdom, because this is a mortal kingdom, which means it can die. You see? And this kingdom is dying, man. You know, this kingdom is in ICU, man. You know, it's on its deathbed. You see? But we put on the immortal. Yahweh Shai was always talking about the kingdom to come. He was talking about an immortal kingdom, man. That's why he told the scribes and Pharisees, you are from below, I'm from above, man. Because they was infatuated with their positions in the mortal kingdom, man. You see? Yahweh Shai like, you niggas is low level, man. You know? Here it is, I'm preaching to you an eternal kingdom, all right? And you talking about, you know, your spot given to you by the Romans, man. And the Romans can come in whenever they want, up the taxes, all right? They can just pick an Israelite out and crucify him, you know? That's where you get a Roman calendar from. They was burning Jakes. You see? That was the calendar. Jake was the calendar, man. You see? But you had Israelites that was proud of a position within that society, man. you know, where they people were suffering, man. Why do you think the Zealots were going to war, man? Romans were taxing the shit out of them, man. You could barely survive, man. After the Romans tax your ass, you could barely survive. Sound like today.
I boy through this,
You know?
Yeah. Got tired of this shit.
I'm tired.
Boy got the swing like Trey.
Yeah. Get that Revelation 11 and 14. Yeah, we can end it on that. Hey, cause we in the time now, you know, where all things gonna be fulfilled, man. You see the gun violence increasing, man. That's all coming on notification, man. Nigga getting their shot, you know, at the grocery store. You know, you can't shoot out over a mask. Yeah. Why, man? Because this kingdom is going out, man. Go ahead.
All right. This Revelation 11 and 14.
Yeah.
The second woe is past.
The second world war is past. All right. Go ahead.
And behold, the third war come quickly.
Third war coming quickly. This third world war. All right. Hey, cause you got, like I said, you got Iran. They done made it to the Atlantic. They over there on the west coast of Africa. They're Navy, man. You know. And then you got NATO and EU talking about they have to make a naval task force to combat China, man. You see, ain't nothing but war talk going on. Israel, they just started back doing airstrikes, you know, on Hamas. You see, so the World War III is coming quickly, man. Go ahead.
Verse 15.
Yep.
And the seven angels sound, and there was a great voice in heaven saying,
Yep.
the kingdoms of this world,
The kingdoms of this world, because this is the end game of World War III. The kingdoms of this world, of this age, all right, this ion, go ahead.
saying, the kingdom of this world are become the kingdom of our Lord,
Have become the kingdom of our Lord, Yahweh Shai, all right?
of his Mashiach.
Yep, his anointed. And who are anointed? The elect, beginning with the 144,000. So Yahweh Shai is going to conquer these heathens in the midst of World War III, and he's going to divide the kingdom amongst, all right, his brethren, man. He's going to divide the spoils, man. And like the preacher was saying earlier, women come with it, man.
Yeah.
Women come with the transition, man. You see? That's part of it, man. Go ahead.
And it's like, it shall reign forever and ever.
And ever and ever, everlasting kingdom, man. So that's what we're coming into, man. That's what this thing is about. The overtone of the Bible is about rulership.
Yep.
It's all about rulership, man. And now we're entering into the last rulership, all right, which will be the nation of Israel. Like the scriptures say, you know, the years of a man can be numbered, but the years of Israel is innumerable, because we're the only nation that has an everlasting kingdom to be prophesied. Every other heathen, they had a specific time to come in power and go out. And see, Israel has an everlasting kingdom. It's going to be through Yahweh Shai, through this third world war, man. You know?
Hey, with that, we hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, we want to give all honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakodash.
double honors to our apostles, great millstone, rule well. Peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. Abba, Abba,
Abba, Abba.
From Yahshua.
From Yahshua.
How about Shema, Shah, Brakathum,